Let's revisit the desserts from the 1970s that had tantalizing flavors and vibrant colors. Lovers of desserts, today we are revisiting some old-style desserts of the 70s and certain pastries that we think deserve to be made again. Just you watch and get ready to drool over these 20 forgotten desserts from the 1970s we wish would come back. Number 1. Frosty Watermelon Ice. Oh, the 70s frosty watermelon ice. It's a very cool treat that used to be a summertime favorite. Picture a steamy afternoon with this refreshing delicacy that tastes just like real watermelon, sweet and tart at the same time. It was more than just an ordinary ice pop. It tasted exactly like watermelon and had a texture almost like sorbet. This made it the perfect summertime treat. It was one of those things that everyone looked forward to when the temperatures started to increase. Number 2. Almond tea cakes. Imagine cakes that are tender and moist with a subtle almond flavor that melts on your tongue. Yes, those were the almond tea cakes. They took the role of adding elegance to events and were commonly served at tea parties and family gatherings to give them a more sentimental touch. They take you back to the good old days, where you're in your grandmother's house, just sitting there while enjoying the sweet smell of her freshly baked almond cakes. Number 3. Orange Chocolate Fondue. In the past, everyone loved these fun and cozy get-togethers with fondue, and orange chocolate fondue was consequently ideal for that. Picture it, a warm, medium chocolate sauce with just a zesty orange hint. Its smooth but velvety texture was impossible to resist. People young or old would join around the fondue pot and skewer fruits, marshmallows, or pound cake cubes to dip into the delicious mixture. I'm sure this dessert can still be everyone's favorite. Number 4. Pear Bundt Cake. Pear Bundt Cake from the 70s was a real gem. The houses used to fill up with the aroma of these fluffy cakes that were made of ripe pears. The pears and the syrup added sweetness and prevented the cake from drying out. One more interesting thing about this cake was that it was made with no oil, so it was low in fat as well. Number 5. German Black Forest Cake. This cake was very popular back then, especially for festivals and family gatherings. Imagine layers upon layers of rich chocolate sponge cake, slightly sweetened with a dash of cherry liqueur, surrounded by fluffy clouds of whipped cream and juicy cherries. After that, the cake was covered in chocolate shavings, more whipped cream, and occasionally entire cherries for a finishing touch. Number 6. Surprise Spice Cake. Imagine a cake that is fragrant and delicious, enticing your senses with its spicy goodness. But the best part about this spice cake was that canned tomato soup was used in it instead of the oil. It really brightened the color and the taste of this cake. Number 7. Swedish Apple Pie. It used to be a warm, comforting dessert that filled the air with the aroma of baked apples and cinnamon. It wasn't like any typical pie, but it was more like a cake with gooey apple filling. Simple, but very fulfilling. It was a classic treat that perfectly captured the flavor of handmade sweetness that everyone craved. Number 8. Cranberry Pineapple Upside Down Cake. This dessert was a real treat. It didn't only taste amazing, it looked amazing too. Imagine a base of golden brown cake with a vivid layer of pineapple rings and caramelized cranberries on top. It smelled delicious and tangy while baking, and it was really addictive. And let me tell you, there were always oohs and ahs from everyone seated around the table as this cake was flipped onto a platter to reveal the vibrant fruit topping. Number 9. Rhubarb Mallow Cobbler. It was a real game changer in the world of desserts. Its golden brown cobbler crust had an exciting combination of sweet, pillowy marshmallows and tangy rhubarb. People could not get enough of it. The fluffy mallow loveliness provided a great balance of sweetness and tanginess from the rhubarb. Number 10. Georgia Peach Ice Cream. It was a delicious summer treat that perfectly captured the flavor of juicy, ripe peaches right out of the orchard. It was a taste of summer nostalgia, just what you needed to cool off on a hot, bright day. People cherished its crisp flavor and the way it reminded them of carefree days spent lounging on porches and savoring life's little joys. Number 11. Almond Pear Tart. It's a lovely mixture that combines almond flavor and the sweetness of juicy pears in a flaky, buttery crust. Every bite of this dish is enhanced by the juicy, delicious layer of thinly sliced pears artfully arranged above an almond paste bed. The tart shell's crispiness is complemented by the rich creaminess of the almond paste itself. Number 12. Double Chocolate Toffee Icebox Cake. Picture layers upon layers of rich, chocolatey bliss, all tucked in between cream layers and crisp toffee bits. With each beautiful piece of this dish, you were forced to close your eyes and enjoy every second. Do you want to know the best part? No baking was necessary. All it took was a little assembling and patience while it cooled in the refrigerator, and voila! Number 13. Oatmeal Krispies. These were honestly out of this world. Imagine golden brown, perfectly sweetened oat clusters that have a delightful crunch with each bite. The smell of brown sugar and oats filled the kitchen as they baked to perfection, making them the ultimate example of handmade sweetness back then. Number 14. Spicy Applesauce Cake. Let's envision a juicy cake with a spicy thrill to it. The applesauce offered a perfect touch of sweetness while spice gave it an extra kick. Many families enjoyed it with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream on top. Number 15. Layered Orange Sponge Cake. Imagine delicate, fluffy sponge layers filled with orange zest and layered with a light, spicy cream filling. The cake itself was a visual and gustatory treat, with its delicious shade of sunshine orange. It was the ideal to wow guests or during an afternoon tea. Number 16. Jam-topped mini cheesecakes. These jam-topped mini cheesecakes were a real hit back in the 1970s. Imagine a bite-sized piece of silky, creamy cheesecake that is ready to pop into your mouth. What about the garnish? Oh, it gave each bite a delightful taste, like a blast of fruity pleasure. These tiny treats were the life of the party at a lot of events, always going down quicker than you could say cheesecake. Strawberry cream crepes. Imagine that you have delicate crepes stuffed with rich strawberry cream. The rich, creamy filling wonderfully balances the sweetness of juicy strawberries in every mouthful, creating a taste of summer. Because of their lightness and airiness, the crepes became the ideal medium for the rich strawberry cream. This dish satisfied all of the senses and was both elegant and cozy. Pineapple Upside Down Dump Cake. This beautiful pineapple cake was a beloved one back in the 70s, mainly because of its delicious flavor, further enhanced by the cherries and pineapples placed on top of it. It didn't just taste good, but also looked good, as its pretty design attracted customers. It's certainly a cake that would still be a popular pick for many people nowadays. Number 19. Frozen Mocha Marbled Loaf. Yes, that 70s frozen mocha marbled loaf was quite the treat. Imagine a creamy, coffee-infused mixture blended into a rich, velvety chocolate batter, and then frozen into the shape of a loaf. It was the ideal summertime pleasure, cool and refreshing. And the best part? It was as gorgeous as it was delicious, with a mesmerizing marbled pattern. My mouth waters at the thought of it. And number 20, cream wafers. Cream wafers from the 1970s were a popular tea party and gathering snack. They were like little pockets of happiness. These delicate sweets consisted of a creamy, flavored filling between two crispy wafers. Their melt-in-your-mouth feel and the variety of flavors you could choose from were what set them apart. People loved being able to customize them with flavors such as rich chocolate, strawberry, lemon, or traditional vanilla. Folks, there you have it. We want these 20 sweets from the 1970s that were forgotten to return to our tables. Which one was your favorite? Or did we overlook any traditional desserts from the 1970s that you remember? Tell us in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends for more delectable content. Till then, cherish those wonderful recollections.